I'm joined by the former Canon Chancellor of St Paul's Cathedral, Giles Fraser. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
You feeling persecuted?
No, not at all. No, I'm not. I mean, I think it's a very strange intervention. I mean, it's not strange in as much as Lord Carey has a bee in his bonnet about homosexuality, and he always seems to want to talk about it. Very, very inappropriate that he talks about it, and this is his big Easter message. I mean, it doesn't seem to me to be a particularly appropriate Easter message. But no, we're not persecuted, and it sort of is an insult to Christians who are persecuted in places like Iran and Pakistan, and when there are places in the world where Christians are persecuted, and the idea that we are persecuted and that can be in any way comparable is, I'm afraid, a bit of an insult to them.
Now, he's quoting this poll which was commissioned by the Coalition for Marriage on same-sex couples, saying more than two-thirds of Christians feel they are now part of, and the quote is, the persecuted minority. I mean, there obviously is a voice there somewhere.
Well, I mean, we're in an increasingly secular society, and I think Christians feel that, often feel that they're not the sort of dominant narrative. Well, that's just how it is, and learn to be not the dominant narrative.
Should
but
they
it's
be
not
the
that they're
dominant
being.
narrative?
Well,
Should
I mean,
anyone be the dominant?
No, I mean, it doesn't. That's just how it is these days, and I think Christians have to sort of proclaim their faith, talk about Easter now in the context that they are, and that's just. But the idea that they just whinge about it or feel themselves sort of have this sort of persecution complex, it's so unattractive, and actually, as I say, it's an insult to people who are genuinely persecuted.
What does it say about the relationship between the Church and the government?
Well, I have to say the key thing about Lord Carey is retired Archbishop of Canterbury, and I mean, this is not the present Church. There isn't. I mean, I actually think that the key issue is things over. The Church is actually really having a tension with the state over things like benefit cuts at the moment. I mean, those are the real issues, and actually the stuff about gay marriage. I mean, George Carey seems to think that gay marriage is somehow a threat to marriage in general. I can't see how two gay people loving each other, living next door to me, is any threat to my marriage whatsoever. It just isn't. And I believe that actually the majority of Christians in the pews see that. That's what they see. They see people loving each other, and that's actually to be affirmed. But this isn't for Easter. This isn't the sort of thing we should be discussing at Easter. There is a bigger story here, and actually George Carey has hijacked the Easter weekend by talking about this very, very narrow, silly subject which he's obsessed by, and really should be talking about bigger stuff.
OK, Reverend Giles Fraser, thank you.